Hello and welcome to Coffee and Tarot with Mama T. I'm Teresa and I am welcoming my Pisces friends in for a reading for the month of September. This reading is good for anyone who has their sun, moon, or rising signs in Pisces. I am going to pause now so I can flip the camera around and show you the desktop, and then we will get started. I've already pre-shuffled the cards and have a few of them laid out already, and then we will get started. Okay. So the way I'm going to go through this reading is, first of all, I have these keywords here. I've just written them on cards. They're just random words. And I've pulled a couple of them for each week of the month for you. Have some little charms, a handful of charms that I pulled out to see if any of these things pull through in the cards or if they resonate with you. And we are going to lay out the cards in this fashion. We'll do week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. These cards here will be your energy. This will represent you and your energy. This will represent the energy around you. This will represent your challenge. And this will represent the gift of the universe or guidance from the universe for you. If we have time after going through this reading, I've got a lot of things here on the table and sometimes have a lot to say. If we have enough time, then I will, I've got some oracle cards ready too. I also did a pendulum message of the day a pendulum message of the month for you, and your message is activate. All right. Your first tarot card, we'll just jump right in. Your first keywords, ascension and lights out. And then these charms we have are, we've got a clock. Let's see where my camera is. Clock, a constellation, I'll just make sure I'm recording here. Yep. A cat, dragonfly, a key. Oh, these little old-timey keys are cute. The letter X and the letter W. The word B. Just says B on it. The word forever. And a progress pride flag. All right. First card that you have is the Judgment card. That represents you and the energy around you. The card of the energy, this is you. The energy around you is the King of Cups. The challenge is the Death card. Don't freak out. We'll talk about more about that in a minute. And the Eight of Cups is the gift from the universe. So, with the Judgment card, this card, this is about you're coming to the end of a cycle in your life. And this is about a compassionate review where you're shedding your skin. The snake is shedding its skin. It's already shedded its skin and it's emerging with new, fresh skin. And this is a great symbol for the idea of judgment. The idea of judgment is the concept of a review, or if you're in a 12-step group or familiar with 12-step practices, taking inventory. This is where you take a very close look at your actions, your attitudes, your beliefs, and you shed those things that no longer work for you, and you are ready to emerge into a new life, because the cycle that you have been going through is complete. It's over, and it's time to move on. So that's the idea of the Judgment card. The King of Cups, this energy around you, is the King of Cups. He's very in tune with his emotions and his intuition, and he's in all of the pictures that you see of the King of Cups in various uh, decks. He's immersed in water, or has his feet in water. He's holding a cup. It signifies that he's in tune with his emotions. This could be an offer of love. Um, this could represent love, the concept of love. But he is compassionate and kind and intuitive, and those are the energies around you. The challenge this week is the idea of death. So death is not necessarily an actual physical death, but it can be. Maybe you've gone to a funeral recently. Maybe you are planning a funeral. Maybe you have had somebody close to you pass away, and um, so that energy of death is around you. It can just be the end of a cycle and a time for transformation and change. It's the end of something and the beginning of something new. But it will be different for each of you. But that's the challenge that you're facing this week. And how do you handle those endings and new beginnings? And we'll get more clarification on that in a moment. Then the next card is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a gift from the universe, and but it's also an action. So this is the universe telling you it's okay to walk away from that which no longer serves you. You are going to be given the insight this week, first week in September, of knowing what you're no longer going to tolerate, what you will not accept. You'll know your worth, and you'll know that you, despite these 8 cups being perfectly good cups, full of perfectly good things, you're walking away to something new. You want something better. You want this something better over here, rather than settling for these 8 cups. And the universe is going to gift you with the opportunity to do that, the energy to do that, or the willingness to do that. So it looks like big changes that first week. Get some clarifying cards here before we move on to week 2. The first, and this is from the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. I just liked the way these cards look together. With the Judgment card, you get the 6 of Visions. Now, the visions are cups. They represent the cups suit in this deck. This is the card of nostalgia and like a happy reflection. It's a card of childhood. I love this card and all of the detail in it. The more you look at it, the more you see neat little details. You see butterflies, stars emerging from this storybook, this little girl in the grass reading a story. There's a frog, mushrooms, little critters here. It looks like, yeah, some kind of little critters on a sailboat, on a rowboat down the stream. An owl. So the owl up here represents wisdom. and this wise reflection back, and then this light, this light of illumination here. So this card combined with the Judgment card, this shows that as you're doing that review and getting ready to reemerge from your old skin with your new skin, you will, as you're doing that review, you will be compassionate. You will be looking back at your past, at your life, where you've been and where you want to go. But it looks like it will be a compassionate process. So I like those two together. The King of Cups. With the King of Cups, you get the Four Visions. So this is also a Cups card. A lot of detail in this deck. This is a beautiful deck. This guy, he looks kind of bored. He's sitting there at the edge of the stream and he's like got this meh sort of blah kind of bored or maybe a little disappointed expression on his face. This is sort of the card of boredom. I do call it the brat card because in the typical deck, you see that he's got, he's got a deck, a cup of inspiration and love and good stuff being handed directly to him by spirit. And all he's focused in on is what has spilled. And, kind of just sort of bummed out about what he's lost instead of looking forward to what the universe is ready to freely give him. And I think that goes with the King of Cups. The King of Cups, he's bringing in some big cup energies, and just be sure that you're not taking on this sort of attitude of this guy being, bored and disappointed despite what's being handed to you. So these crossing cards that I'm putting here, or these clarifying cards, they're energy that can either help or hurt. They're not necessarily challenges to the cards that are underneath. They can help the energy or they can, hurt the energy. So just keep that in mind. With the Death card, you get the Ace of Visions. So you get another Cups card. You've got a lot of water coming in here for you. And the Death card, this is interesting that you get two white birds. There's two white birds here. And then this one, when you look at the reflection, this bird is wearing a crown and an amulet in her reflection. So with the death of the ending of some process comes a new beginning. And with the new beginning comes the promises of wonderful things. This is a great manifestation card. Whenever you get an ace, it's a sign of an offer coming in. And this is, an offer. It can be an offer of love or inspiration. It's a beautiful card of a new beginning. With the Eight of Cups, you get the Child of Challenges. The Challenges suit represents the swords, and the child is the page. So this is the Page of Swords coming in, and the Page of Swords, or the Child of Challenges, is bringing a message of, this is somebody who is, they're learning, and they're learning something new. They can be a sign of a message to come. But it is something new. It's like a new challenge. A new challenge is you're leaving something behind here and moving on to something new. And it's something, in the realm of the intellect, um, or your mind, logic. Could be a new job, a new project, some kind of new mental challenge. All right. So let's move on to week number 2. Let's see how we're doing on time. Week 2, your keywords are liminal space and limbo. I think those sort of fit with this idea of the death and the new beginnings, the judgment and reflection, and this death and rebirth. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. You is the 8 of Wands. Around you, we have the Hierophant. I always want to call it the Hierophant. The 7 of Cups is your challenge. And the 10 of Pentacles is your gift from the universe. Well, that's lovely. Let's talk about these real quick, and then we'll get to the crossing energy. 8 of Wands is news, fast incoming news. This is something, with this representing you, this could be you giving somebody else news, but it could be just news that's coming into you that's it's coming in fast. It's typically I always have the phrase, it's coming in hot. This news is coming in hot. New change, new something. And then with the Hierophant, the energy around you, the Hierophant is like inside the box. This is the government, the church, the established wisdom. And it's like thinking inside the box. And these things are in the box because they work. I mean, they have worked that way for eons and centuries, but sometimes you need to be outside the box. But that's that energy around you, is being inside the box. And the challenge you get is the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups is illusions and fantasies. And so that can definitely be a challenge when you feel like you have so many options to choose from, and it's hard to make your selection because they all look one fantastic option after another. And maybe none of them are actually going to pan out. You see, they're all sort of, just sort of written in there. They're like ghosts of ideas, and they're concepts of plans instead of actual plans. And so it can be represent distraction. So you're getting easily distracted by things, or you have a lot of options and you're not sure which way to go. We'll get some clarification on that in a moment. And then the 10 of Pentacles, this is abundance and wealth. This is inheritance, wealth. This could represent any kind of a familial sort of inheritance, or it can be something that you have been working hard on, paying off. And it doesn't have to necessarily be money. The pentacles represent any kind of resource that you consider an asset. So it can be health, it can be time, it can be finances, it can be any sort of resource that is in the earthly realm that you consider an asset. But the universe is gifting you with the abundance of it. So let's see what the clarifications are. Okay, we get 3 of Pentacles with the 8 of Wands. So these together tell me that you could be getting news of somebody new that you're working with. You'll be working with somebody new. Maybe you'll be leading a team. You'll be the expert on the team. Um, or maybe you'll get paired with a mentor of some sort, and you'll be, this news of working together is a happy sort of thing for you, that you'll be able to utilize this um, as a way to step forward um, in whatever it is that you're working on. The Three of Pentacles is about cooperation and collaboration and successful learning and executing. With the Hierophant, you get the 10 of Spells, and the spells is wands, so you get the 10 of Wands. So this feels like a burden, this being inside the box kind of thinking, this it's either a governmental energy, a religious energy, just some kind of establishment authority energy. And then you get the 10 of Wands with you, and that is it feels like a burden, and you'll be challenged to work inside this box with all of this weight that you're carrying, and you'll need to, in order to deal with this, you'll need to really lean on this energy here that you have of cooperation. You need to delegate the wands that you're having to carry. The 7 of Cups, you get the 10 of Challenges. This is a 10 of Swords. So this is not a happy card. This is but the good news about the 10 of Challenges or the 10 of Swords is that whatever it is it's over. It's, it's over. It's been a difficult challenge, and you feel, the Rider-Waite depiction of the 10 of Swords is very graphic. It shows a person laying on the ground with 10 swords in their back. And so it is, definitive end. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's over. And and it's also that sense of deception or betrayal or sadness or grief. In this particular one, it really shows that sense of grief written all over that guy. He's just depleted, but it's over, and now a new thing begins. So that's the good thing about it. And then with the 10 of Pentacles, you get the 4 of Boons. So the 4 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles is about holding on to what you've got. So you might be and this is in your gift row. So this is considered a good thing. It's a gift from the universe to be able to hold on to what it is that you've got. The universe is blessing you and giving you the ability to be stable and secure with it. This has sort of a miserly sort of energy about it, but because it's in the gifts column, I'm going to call it, a gift and an asset to be able to hold on to stuff. There are people who get this 10 of Wands, they win the lottery, and it all just goes right through their fingers, and just like water. But the ability to hold on to it is the key. Okay, let's move on to week 3. I'm going to check the time real quick. See my head peeking in the corner. Okay, week 3, we have details. I wonder if we'll get the 8 of Pentacles with this row. And mastermind. I like that. Okay, so let's see. You have the 7 of Pentacles. That's kind of a details card. That's good. With the energy around you, we have the moon. With the challenge, you get the world. So another card portending the ending. All of your challenges this month have related to endings and new beginnings. And then with the gift, you get the Knight of Swords. Okay. So the Seven of Pentacles is about planting your seeds and then checking on them. You know, what am in this card, it's showing a spider, and the spider has woven webs, and the spider is going to go check all of his webs to make sure that he's collecting what he wants to collect. Are these webs doing what they're supposed to do? And if not, he's going to tear them down and he's going to weave new webs. And that is the idea of the Seven of Pentacles, is you've planted your seeds and now you're in an evaluation phase. You're going to look at them and say, is this getting the is this getting the reward that I'm expecting, or do I need to rethink things? Do I need to change things up a little bit? And it may be that you don't change anything. It's just the matter of the evaluation process. You've just got to evaluate. And so I'm seeing some of that going on throughout the month with this, evaluation, looking back, and then this card here where you're looking at what it is you've done and taking stock of it and making sure that it's going to yield the results that you expect. Okay, and then with the energy around you, you have the moon. Now the moon is about things happening. They're happening in the dark. They're hidden from view. This is the Guardian of the Night deck. This is a coyote, an urban coyote. They're out there and you almost never see them, but they are there, and they're also it's not, some people think there's like a deceit factor of it, but it's really about being resourceful. This coyote's environment and habitat has changed, but it is still being resourceful and utilizing what he needs to in order to survive. Now, in the moon, things are there, they will be revealed, but there might be some secrets or mystery around whatever's going on at that time. This could be kind of a world energy, not necessarily just the immediate people in your circle. But I have a feeling that the third week in September, there's going to be some big changes in the political front. That's my prediction. With the challenges, you get the world. And as I mentioned, this is the end. This is the end of the cycle. This is going from one portal into another. And, it's a successful completion. And now it's time for the whole fool's journey to begin anew. And but it is, it does represent, an ending. And so we're seeing a lot of endings and new beginnings as your challenge for the month, and that will be something that you will need to work through. It's part of the human experience, I guess. Then the gift, you have the Knight of Swords. So the knights they're always bringing in news, and the Knight of Swords, they can be bringing in the idea. They're bringing in new ideas. They are charging ahead. They're fast. They have new ideas and they want to move forward on them quickly. And so that being a gift is something to be watching for. So what is something new, some new idea that comes to you that the universe wants you to take action on right away? All right, let's get some clarification. With the Seven of Pentacles, you get the Seven of Pentacles. So that's the universe saying, if you didn't hear me the first time, I'm telling you again, you need to look at those things that you've planted and make an honest evaluation of them. With the moon, you get the Wheel of Fortune. So this is your luck changing. You know, with these endings happening, I think this is a great card. But your luck is going to be changing and it will be revealed soon. This is the week also of a solar eclipse. And so big things will be happening for you, Pisces, in that week. With the World, we get the Queen of, let's see, the spells are, this is the Queen of Wands. The Weaver of Spells is equal to the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, she's not a big one for reflection. She's a big one for action. So with this challenge of the ending and the new beginning, she's ready and raring to go to get started, which kind of fits in with this Knight of Swords. And then the gift here also, you get the Keeper of Boons. This is my favorite card in this deck. I love this card. It's the King of Pentacles, and he has all of the aces with him in this card. All of the aces are with him, and so he's bringing in major gifts of new beginnings, and he's just happy and willing to share them. Okay, fourth week. Let's move on to that. We have Rain and Static. Be interesting to see how those sort of fit in with your life. We'll move some of these up, kind of squish those together so we have room for these other cards. Okay, for your final week of September, your energy will be the Page of Pentacles, and I love these. I love it when they depict the octopus. Then you get the Queen of Swords for the energy around you. So that's the Queen of Wands. But you had the Knight of Swords here. And then your challenge, you have the Three of Cups. We'll talk about how that can be a challenge. It's normally a really happy card. And then the Gift of the Universe, you get the Four of Swords. And that will be an enforced timeout for yourself. So the Page of Pentacles, with the octopus, their energy is hidden down in the deep. We don't get to see them very often, and but their tentacles can get into any kind of crevice. They can. They're very smart and cunning, and they can get into any sort of little crevice. They can open jars, and they can, get little critters out of tiny little shells. And they are some of the coolest creatures on the planet. And the artist didn't use of this deck didn't use the Page of Pentacles, didn't use the octopus, haphazardly here. The Page of Pentacles is learning a new process, learning something new in the earthly realm. They want to be a King of Pentacles. They want to be this guy someday. And so they're learning new things, and they're paying attention to all of the details. This is a new opportunity. Then in the energy around you, you get the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords does not miss anything. You get another white bird. You get this owl here again. So if you see any white birds this month, that will take it as a sign about this reading. But the Queen of Swords, she's insightful and doesn't miss anything. She's cunning. She can be cutting. She's going to tell you exactly what she thinks, and you may have somebody in your environment around you telling you exactly what they think about things, and they mean it in the best of intent usually, but it may come across sharp. Then in your challenge, you get the Three of Cups. And now the Three of Cups is a card of friendship and celebration. And with this being in your challenge, you may need to, it may be that you're overindulging in something. See how these raccoons they're having themselves a little drinky drink and partying like there's no tomorrow. And that might be something that you need to examine within yourself. Are you overindulging somewhere? And then the gift from the universe is the enforced timeout. The universe has been telling you, okay, you've got some big endings, you've got a lot of new beginnings, you're planting these new seeds. You do need to rest. You do need to rest. And so the gift of an opportunity to rest is coming. Let's get the clarifiers. With the Page of Pentacles, you get the Nine of Cups. This is the wish come true card. The Nine of Visions, this means all of your wishes are coming true. The energy around you, you get the Five of Cups. So the energy around this is people, there might be some remorse around you in the energy around you. This is a card of remorse and regret. And it's all of the person really needs to do in that energy is to look behind them at what they really have instead of worrying about what is lost. And yeah, so that might be kind of a challenging energy with your wishes all coming true and somebody around you having their remorse and regret. Or this could be just an energy and not a person expressing that, but you have your wishes come true, but you are also feeling a little remorseful about something. So that is something to be mindful of. Then with the Three of Cups, you get the Death card. Get the lights off of here. I have a really intense overhead light. The Death card again. So at the beginning of the month, we had the Death card. So this Death card, this could be residual energy from up here. Whatever was going on up here can be residual energy. It can just be another signifier that, this ending is still sort of in play and the new beginning is about to begin. And then with the Four of Swords, we get the Moon. So that is, the another indication. Where was the Moon? Right here. Another indication that right now something is hidden from view, but it will be brought to light. And you may have the insight come to you as a result of the rest that you need to take. All right, so that is your tarot and oracle cards, and we will do a couple of quick oracles. Woodland Wardens, we'll do one from here. I don't like that one, but you know, that's what we'll go with because it was the top of the deck. And I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. So that's your card. It says the Coyote and Datura, and this is deceit. It represents deceit. And you have another coyote over here. So if you come across the coyote, that might be a spiritual warning, or it could just be a spiritual animal coming to you. So let me see. This is the number 37. And it says, in the Victorian language of flowers, Datura warns of deceitful charms. It's a beautiful flower, but extremely poisonous and said to be an ingredient in the salve that allows witches to fly on their broomsticks. Likewise, coyotes are often depicted as tricksters, known for their slyness and cunning. So beware of the charming stranger. Before opening up to someone new, considering what they may have to gain from your trust. So the questions to ask are, whom can I trust, and how do I show others that I am worthy of their trust? So just being aware of that trickster energy is something to keep in mind as you go through this month. And I think that might be sort of not necessarily an individual card, but a kind of a political card. Beware of the trickster energy, the beautiful thing that somebody is trying to sell you. Your angel number card is a perfect card for you. It's starting over. 210 is your angel number for the month. You are presented with the opportunity for a fresh start and new beginnings. Release regrets and embrace the present moment with openness and optimism. And your final card is an intuitive, awakening intuition card. And yours is discern your gut instinct. The first strong intuitive hit you receive about a person, situation, or place can be a foreshadow, like a glimpse of hindsight. Gut instincts that remain consistent over time are especially worth heeding. Don't allow others or yourself to talk you out of your gut instincts. Avoid overthinking and prioritize your gut health. So with that, we are done with your reading, Pisces. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful month, and I will see you in my next reading. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are enjoying this type of content.